In this video, I survived 200 more days in my Minecraft Bedrock world. I take steps into automation and make some of my biggest builds yet. I've gone 2 videos in this series without dying. Let's see if that continues. It's been almost 1 month since I've played on this world. I didn't want to go that long without uploading a video in this series. There were just other videos that came up which I can talk about later on, because right now I want to start with changing up the pathway for the cherry base. It won't be much. I'll just be getting rid of all the deep slate that's not polished. I liked the path before, but I think having just one solid block on the cherry side of the base fits better. Next up, I'll be adding some fallen debris to the bottom of Auto Tower 2. The top was attacked by the cherry base, and I got a great suggestion from Tungsten, Ohio to build ruins of what fell from the attack. This is a really cool idea, and it really helps out the lore of this world. I didn't do anything to the front just yet, as I don't know if I want it to be destroyed up here or not, but the destruction up top does fall down below. One last thing I can add is crying obsidian. Day 604, I harvest my crops and feed the animals. There's so much building I want to get done before day 700, but before I do that, I need to get more gunpowder. I have less than a stack of rockets left, so let's fix that. This may seem sad now knowing what we know about the ghasts, but I need gunpowder. Maybe sometime in this video we can build another gunpowder farm. I recently heard that they improved the wandering trader trades, and it looks like that's definitely the case here, as I can trade a fermented spider eye for 3 emeralds or even a water bucket for 2 emeralds. Good job, my friend. The next thing I'm going to build will be an ocean monument farm. I'm going to be able to get plenty of sea lanterns and other blocks that I want for building. I never built a guardian farm before, and I wasn't planning on doing one anytime soon because I thought to build one you actually need to drain the entire ocean monument, but apparently that's not the case. I'm gonna give my axe a cool name. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary with naming my axe? You probably didn't notice until now like I did. Where did all my levels go? Yeah, for some reason it took 16 levels to name my axe. 16! Why? I don't know. Don't ask me. As usual, it's something I've never seen before. In Minecraft's defense, a cool name is worth 16 levels. This is everything I'm gonna need to build this farm. As always, the tutorial that I use will be linked in the description. In order to do this, you do need to defeat the Elder Guardians, so I can just use the ocean monument I conquered earlier. Building this farm wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. I'm really just glad I didn't have to drain this. I wasn't really bothered by monsters much, and respiration made the underwater parts much easier. The tutorial I used was easy to follow and explained everything nicely. I will say in the materials required list, a trident was not mentioned, so I did have to fly back home to grab a few. These 3 tridents will complete the farm. All I have to do is turn this on. They will get pushed around, and all the guardians should start spawning in there and get funneled up to the chamber. A cool thing about this farm that I didn't need but is a very nice bonus is this is also an XP farm. I mainly wanted this so I can get a bunch of materials like sea lanterns, so getting the XP is just a bonus. I can still be hit from right here. I don't know if there's a better spot to stand. Also, I don't know where the sweet spot is for them to spawn. My simulation distance is now on 4 chunks, and I believe just standing at this top part is where you want to wait, as a lot of guardians are now starting to spawn. I brought some extra chests and hoppers so I can give myself some more storage space for the drops. I've already gotten over 10 levels just while building this, and I have a bunch of torches all around, so there's no worry about any monsters spawning. I also have all these chests where all of the loot will be funneled into. I got my tridents back when I turned it off. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work. Visually, I think the farm looks pretty solid. Let's head home. I will go AFK very soon, but there are other things I'd like to get to first, like the villagers. I began this extension not too long ago, and I'm pretty close to having it completely filled in. I've been getting a lot of suggestions on what to do over here, and I think the plan is to make this a 3rd part of the base. Eventually, I'm gonna want to build on top of this mountain, so having a nice flat spot to do so will be nice. And of course, I'm collecting all this dirt so I can finish that. 31 stacks should be enough. Day 619, I used all my dirt and was able to get a nice amount done. Can you guess what I'm about to do next? Walls! I know, I keep building walls. I actually can't get away from it, and I like how it fits with this base, and it's also transitioned into the other worlds that I've created, and they're just stuck in my head. The extension is complete. I will need to gather more dirt and fill this in, but that can be done later. I also think I'm nearing the end of the cherry base walls. I used up a lot of my deep slate supply, so I will gather some more. I mined layer by layer until lookup wasn't feeling so well. Day 624 2024 will be dedicated to healing my tools using the new Guardian farm, or so I thought. For some reason, the Trident killer wasn't working. I reset the Tridents and it still didn't work. After seeing a post on Reddit, I removed the water and placed it back, plus reset the lever multiple times. Finally, it works again. Let's heal my tools and get some cool resources. Day 126, I mined cobblestone this time as I used around 20 stacks for the Ocean Temple. I have plenty of wood, but will still spend a couple days getting even more. Time to AFK again. I've been AFK for around 2 hours. I've gotten up to level 67 and I didn't get as much resources as I thought I would. The rates are being slowed down just a touch by these drowns. I haven't gone AFK at all in this world up until day 625. The time for automatic farms is upon us. Before I leave, I should grab the resources I waited for. This is what 2 hours at the farm got me. Since I've never made one of these farms before, I don't know if that's good or not, but 2 stacks of sea lanterns is a lot more than I'd be able to get if I was manually collecting them. The next build I'm going to go for will be a cherry treehouse. That'll go right there. We have plenty of open space on this side of the base. I just think something in this location would look nice. There are more automatic farms I want to get to building, but I don't really want to build them back to back, so I'm going with this first. I don't have nowhere near as much cherry wood as I do spruce. That being said, I still have a nice supply. I need to fill this in before I begin. With that done, I can begin with a 7x7 base. I don't exactly know how tall I want this to be. I just know that where it's at now isn't tall enough. I think that's a pretty good height. I just need to go that high all around. Even with just about 16 stacks of wood, I still don't have enough. The rest of day 640 and 641 will be spent chopping down trees. Before I go through and finish this, I am going to make it just a bit taller. This might look a little weird, but I think I'm going to have a branch go out and up, and then another branch go out and up. I won't know until I try. Right now, this is exactly 50 blocks high. The first branch will begin at 20 blocks. I think something like this will actually look nice. I can repeat this probably right there, place leaves on top of both, and maybe heighten this a bit more and place even more leaves. Well, I got working on the second part, and it looks, maybe it'll look better once it has another one and the top is actually on. Each level is 2 blocks high. I tried it at 1 block high and it definitely didn't work, and 2 made it better, but it's still quite strange. I brought this part up just a bit more and I'm out of wood again. I also switched up the leaves just a bit for this part of the branch. I think I should bring the trunk up maybe 5 more blocks. Chop, chop, chop. The leaves up top will go out quite far as I want this to be capped off at a more wide angle, unlike the 2 branches. Once I had 4 parts done, I connected them by filling in the corners. Before I go any further, I do need to craft some shears and gather wood and even more leaves. Layer by layer, I'll finish the top of this tree. I really like how it looks up here right now, but I think I can make it look even better by heightening the trunk and adding a smaller layer of leaves. Looking at it now, I'm gonna add 1 more layer at the peak. The tree itself is finished. The 2 branches still look strange, although after I get this staircase in, that may change. I'm going with cherry wood mainly with an outline of deep slate and stripped cherry. It definitely helps, but there's still more to do. Starting with gathering even more wood on day 653 and 654. I'm now on my way to get sand at the snowy desert. I won't need a lot of glass, but it's always handy to have. These branches will be turned into the treehouse part of the build. Now, I'm not sure what this build's use is gonna be, but we can figure that out later. It's day 659, and now that the branches are homes, it looks much better. I go through and add some hanging lights using chains and lanterns. On day 661, the treehouse is finally finished. Besides the interior, as I don't have an actual use for it yet. This took much longer to build than I anticipated. It's day 662, and the next thing I'll be building will be an automatic wool farm. One of my main focuses with this world is building, and having a lot of all the different colors of wool is going to be very useful. I believe this is the perfect spot for it to go. I do need to get rid of some of these trees first, and I should terraform this land. There's a lot more to clear out than I thought there'd be, especially since I'm trying to get it all on this one level. You can probably guess what I'm going to do with this. This stone will be replaced with dirt, and I'm using silk touch so I can start filling it in on the wall. There's now plenty of space for the farm. This will begin by heading to the rocket factory and grabbing 1 of each color of dye. They can sit in a shulker box for now. This is everything I'm going to need to build the automatic wool farm. farm. I did mess up just a little bit and accidentally crafted 16 minecarts with chests instead of 16 minecarts with hoppers. Maybe those will come in handy someday. The tutorial I'm using will be down in the description. This is the starting layout for the farm. Let's continue. There were other wool farm designs I could have gone with, but this one's pretty efficient and its length will set me up nicely for the surrounding build. If you're enjoying the video so far, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I may have grabbed a couple more than 16 sheep, although so far it's working out very well. I already got 3 in. I'm sorry, but none of you made the cut. I actually need to take the shears out of every single dispenser because you cannot dye the sheep unless their wool is grown. I'm pretty sure you used to be able to just click on them even when they're cut and you could, okay. Day 668, every color sheep is in place and the farm is up and running. I have so much spruce wood, let's get building. I begin with a cobblestone base, just a solid line all around the farm. With that in place, I will go up 2 blocks across the board. 4 spruce logs will go on each corner, and every other sheep farm will have a pillar like this. The walls will be planks and stripped wood. The walls are now in place, not those walls. It's very boring right now, but I have a lot of ideas I want to do with this. But first, I just want to get the structure of this build done, and I will do so by putting the roof on. There's going to be 3 separate parts. The first 2 will be on each side of the build, and the third will go in the middle. It'll start where the others end, but this one makes much more of a point as cobblestone blocks get placed through the middle. So the angle of the roof looks like this. I believe there's only one build in all of the spruce space that actually has glass, and that's the windmill. Let's give another building some windows. There's going to be a mix of regular glass and white stained glass. The windows are in place and I can begin to detail this build. As far as the cobblestone base goes, I can start with getting rid of the corner and filling it in with cobblestone walls. I can also skip a block and go for something like this with some upside down stairs. That pattern can follow through until I switch over to the wall again. After repeating that, we have a design going on. To give some depth, I can place some slabs on the top and bottom of where each of these indents take place. Next up, I'll gather some leaves, and those can go in between each of these little spots, or maybe not. I think that's a bit too much. I can do something like this though. On top of the slabs, a cobblestone wall and fence will follow, but not on every single one. For this, I will be doing every other. On the side wall, I can do something somewhat similar, just reversed. I for sure have to get trapdoors involved as they are one of my favorite decorative blocks. Similar to what was done with the lighting at the treehouse, the same will be done here, with hanging lights. The exterior of the wool farm will be finished off with some greenery. Let's make our way inside for the first time. I gotta say, I really love how this roof came out, even from in here. The flooring will begin with an outline of cobblestone. The inner part will be spruce planks. Day 676, the automatic wool farm has been built. As with a lot of my builds, you can't really tell what this is for. That's a cactus farm, that's a lava farm, and this is a wool farm. Entering in, we have all 16 colors of sheep, and in the background of building this, I've gotten almost a stack of every single color. I love how this fits in with the spruce base, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. The overall base we have is coming along nicely. My dirt chest is finally starting to look nice again. Let's ruin that by taking this and filling in this. I think before I do any more terraforming on this side of the base, I will have to get to building, as I have so much open land. Slabs from a distance that are touching the water glitch out. I still have some dirt left. The rest of the day can go to sugarcane and emeralds. My chest is almost full of emeralds. I also have so much extra glass on top of auto tower. Back to the guardian farm. I think a big problem this has with efficiency is I just don't have enough tridents. Right now there's only 2 in there. I started with 3, but since I kept having to replace them, one of them actually broke or got down to 0 health, and then I combined it with another one. So I think what I'm going to do is grab these 2 tridents and first fly back home. I saw a TikTok. This could be fake, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. And basically what happened is the person dropped the nautilus shell on top of a drown with a trident, and the drown dropped the trident to pick up the shell. Will this work? I don't know, but it's worth a shot after I grab more rockets. I've taken out 7 drowns already. I finally found one that has a trident. Let's drop you this. Take that. Come on. Ow. Maybe he doesn't want that one. Maybe he wants this one. Ow! And it looks like the TikTok I watched was not real. Don't die. I should probably put on my chest plate. I do have looting 3, so maybe I can get lucky and take his trident this way. Maybe I try just one more time. Yeah, okay. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Don't die, please. please. Oh my gosh. I have gone almost 300 days in this world without dying. I don't need to start now. There we go. No trident. At least I didn't lose any of my shells. What I can try to do instead is just hope that looting 3 actually works for me. A baby squid. This has to be one of the rarest mobs to find. I don't know how to breed squids in the game. I've never done it before, and I don't ever think I've come across a wild baby squid before. I've gathered 2 more Nautilus shells, but still have had no luck with the tridents. 0 for 2. 0 for 3. Yay! Yay! Oh, yes! After starting 0 for 3, I finished 3 for 3. 5 tridents being passed around should increase the rates by quite a lot, as the problem wasn't necessarily the guardians weren't spawning fast enough. It was just more they weren't dying fast enough. But with 5 tridents, that shouldn't be the case. It's been 3 hours. I'm level 88, which is the highest I've ever been, and this is what I got. Somehow less sea lanterns than before. Day 691, I harvested all my crops and fed the animals. Next up, I'll be building an iron farm. A lot of you have suggested this, and the overall theme of automation will continue. This is everything I need besides the 2 villagers for the iron farm. I need to be at least 150 blocks away from anything that involves a villager. That includes their workstations and beds. I'd like it to be close to my base so I can still gather iron while I build around here. It definitely can't go on the cherry side because of the villagers we have in this area, so I think a good spot will be somewhere over here. There should be nothing in this area that'll interrupt the farm, so I must begin with terraforming. That original spot is just 100 blocks that way, meaning I need to find somewhere else. I'd love to build it where I'm standing now, but I'm still within 150 blocks from that, so I think this will be the best spot for the iron farm. Now I can cut down some trees and terraform. I have a flat space to build on. There's not a lot that's required for this just because there's so much digging, although half the digging has already been done for me because of this water. Before I go any further, I need to head back to the guardian farm to grab some fish so I can tame 5 cats. If I don't have any sitting next to the farm, then they will start to spawn in the farm, so these 5 will sit on the outside saving everyone else. I will need 5 names. I have plenty of name tags to do so. Back to mining this out. The tutorial I'm using is in the description. With this little room ready, it's time for the villagers. I didn't even give them the carrots yet. Anyways, here you go. Now I just need 20 villagers before I continue, which I don't think will take too long. While I wait, what I can do is replace these walls. With that complete, we're already up to 12 villagers. While I wait for the villagers to grow up, I can start to get some of the other parts of this farm done. The iron farm has been finished. I do need to get rid of these villagers as they don't take jobs. They are still better than you. The carpet and fence is all extra. It's not necessary at all. I just put the carpet here so the cats have somewhere nice to sit, and the fence so I don't accidentally push them down there. Oh no. It's day 700 and I have now gone another 100 days without dying. I know. I actually can't remember the last time I died. Oh dang, so the last time I died was against the Wither. Well, last time I died in this world. If you watched my other videos, you would know that that's not the case. Anyway, can I go this entire day without dying? Because we still have 100 more to go before we're done. While I wait just a bit longer, I can farm some more sugarcane. The iron golems have started to spawn. I place in the water and they will all be pushed into the lava. Hot lava. The iron farm is now complete. Next up, it's time for the build around the iron farm. It'll be a lighthouse. Cool Guy 9026, thank you for the idea. Now that comment was pointing to somewhere in this area, but of course the iron farm had to be built over here, and I do think this is a pretty solid spot for a lighthouse. I want to go with the classic red and white look. Now I could use the wool from this wool farm that I just built, but I want it to be built out of more of a solid block like concrete. I want the lighthouse to be pretty big, and I definitely don't have enough gravel to make enough concrete. I'm going to trade for Silk Touch to put on Boo the shovel, and I can use this to dig up some gravel. The best spot to do that might just be going down in the mine shaft, because there are spots like this. I got everything that was exposed down there, and that resulted in 9 stacks. This plus what I already have will hopefully be enough. I can use this bone meal to get more red dye. I can also use it for white dye. This pile of concrete is even taller than Auto Tower. Hopefully it's enough. I believe this is everything I need besides like detailing blocks. I'm going to texture it a bit by using concrete powder, and wool. This project will begin with giving myself some more space. Some stone can go down here so there's not just a floating platform of dirt. The base for the lighthouse will be something similar to what I did with the wool farm, except much bigger. I'm going to go out 3 blocks on every side and extend them to each of their respective corners. They'll all get connected like this, and because this is definitely too square, I can go out like this on each side. This is much better than what we had before. Let's extend this by 5 blocks. I don't want the red and white to be like this. I'd like it to go up in a twisty way. I've never built anything that goes like this, so this is going to be interesting. I believe it starts with half white, half red. I've looked up some pictures of Minecraft lighthouses, and the really good ones have a lot of these little indents as it goes up. So to give myself the opportunity for those, I'm placing some extra concrete on inner parts and not just the wood. And I can even add some more concrete on the inside just to help me out later on when I want to make those indents. I've never done this before, so I really don't know how it's going to turn out. And since it's such a big project, I really hope it doesn't turn out bad. As far as going up, I think I just copy exactly what I did, but now I move one block over into the red. And for the red, I just move one block over into the white. And as I go up, I shift over one block at a time. I only have about a stack of concrete left, so I definitely need to get more. And what we have so far is exactly what I wanted. Now, of course, it's not a lighthouse just yet. It needs to be much taller, but how the two colors collide is exactly what I wanted. As this goes up, it'll really start to come together. But before we can get to that, I need to gather a lot more gravel. I still have some left, which is nice, but I'm probably going to need even more gravel than I do sand, and then I'm gonna have to collect even more sand. I'm off to the snowy desert so I can fill a shulker box with sand. Look at my new one. Next up, 27 stacks of gravel is what we're going for. I'm in the nether because I think in the soul sand biome, there's a lot of gravel that's up for grabs. I could be wrong, but we will see. Yeah, it looks like I was wrong. There's gravel right here, but this is not what I expected. I was hoping in this biome, there'd be a valley of just gravel. This bastion is way bigger than the first one I found. I can fly if I need to escape, so I'm not too worried. Actually, I am. I really don't want to die with everything I have on me. Oh, wow, that was close. I'm just gonna get out of here. A nether fortress. This one might be new. Ow! Half my health? Look how much gravel is right under my base. I can just mine this. I hope this is enough gravel and sand to finish the lighthouse. Today and today only, you can get a free Slurpee at 7-Eleven. It's day 712, meaning you're too late for your Slurpee. The last 3 days have just been placing and breaking. My Elytra is almost dead, and some of my other tools are pretty low, so I will spend the rest of today just gathering sugarcane to trade for emeralds so I can get XP to heal everything. It's day 715, I can finally get back to building. I will continue building up as I've been doing. Here and there, as I build up, I'm slowly getting to parts like this where I start to cut in. And by that, I mean, instead of just continuing up like this, I will add another layer right there. It's pretty random. There are certain spots like this where I stop building up. There's another one there. There are some more on that side. There's another one there. Yet again, when it starts to get tight, I can just add an additional block like so. It's day 717 and I'm out of resources yet again. I have not seen what this looks like since the last time we saw it together, and yeah, it's coming along. Now, of course, it's very heavy on the white right now, but there's red right there and it's so close to starting to wrap up. All the sand and gravel I gathered earlier hasn't been used. I only used maybe about half of it. The only thing is I'm out of bones, and bones are how I get white and red dye. The best way for me to get bones, since I don't have a skeleton XP farm, will be heading to the nether, and more specifically the soul sand valley, as bone blocks generate here. Plus I can also just fight the skeletons that are all around. This would be faster if I had my soul speed boots on. I have no more gravel, but 34 stacks of concrete powder. This is gonna take a couple days. Since everything left with the main structure is pretty repetitive, I'll go through these days quickly. 2 pass as I just place concrete powder, followed by another 2 mining that concrete. I spend another 2 days building, followed by gathering more sand and gravel slowly. Day 729 was all about getting dye, leading to day 730 where I now have 2 shulker boxes of just Play-Doh. It took me almost 4 days to stack all the powder. It's day 736 and I think now I finally have enough resources to finish this. But first, I need to heal my tools as everything is weak. I didn't get to heal everything as much as I hoped for, but as long as I don't have to collect any more sand, gravel, concrete powder, I should have enough durability to get through this. It's been 2 days, I still have plenty of resources. Basically, every time the 2 colors collide, I just grab the opposite color and place it on top. I will do the same over here with the white, and then I run through and randomly place some powder and wool wherever I think it'll fit nicely. And now I just fill in this top layer with the solid block. Here and there, a layer does get left behind. I'm all out of concrete, and the lighthouse is looking fantastic. I am super close to being finished with this part of the build. All I want to do is wrap this red around just a bit more till it touches maybe right here. So I only need maybe a few more stacks of concrete. And by a few, I mean like 20. But that's not too much, all things considered, because so far this has probably taken over 70 stacks total. I have enough sand, I just need more gravel. 18 stacks should be enough. Let's make this into concrete. again, the lighthouse tower is complete. This is 92 blocks tall. I started to place in some windows, but I don't think they stand out enough. This is the window design I'll be going with on the lighthouse. Now you can't see through them because they're trapdoors, but that's besides the point. I think this will stand out and look nice on that. I need to build 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 on each side. All 16 windows are now in place. There's of course the 8 on this side and then another 8 on the other side. I could have maybe set an additional set up there, but it's time to cap this off. This is the center, and I'll start with making a somewhat circular shape around the top, just like so. Some support beams will go underneath, but I'll be adding to this layer first, starting with some spruce logs. With those in place, I can connect them with some fences. On top of these will be another layer of cobblestone, but this time it'll be filled in with wood. Before I close this off, I am adding some sea lanterns. This isn't the main part that you see in the lighthouse. I just think this will be a nice addition. It doesn't give off a ton of light from down below, but it definitely helps. Now I can add some support to this platform. The support beam will begin from the center. It'll start down 3 blocks with 2 logs, followed by another 2. Some slabs and stairs can go all the way through until we reach the edge. Now this side's a bit weird because part of the wall does cut it off, but to give it some additional support, I can add a little bit on the side. While I'm up here, I will add some more to the corners. I'd love to use scaffolding, but there's a range. It won't be much, just 2 fences and a slab. Up top, let's get to building the dome for the lighthouse. The glass I can use can come from Auto Tower. Just don't tell anyone from the cherry base. The dome will have a cobblestone base. That'll only go up 2 blocks. Next up will be the spruce wood. That'll also go up just 2 blocks. I've never built something like this before, the lighthouse build itself and the actual light part for the dome. I do have 3 different pictures of Minecraft lighthouses that I've been looking at, and so far this build is coming along great. The glass is 6 blocks high. I do think that's enough. 1 layer of cobblestone will go around the top, followed by wood that at some parts will slowly start to go in. As I've been looking at pictures of Minecraft lighthouses, I saw one that had yellow stained glass, and I really like that idea. I'll see how it looks without stained glass, and then if I want to switch it later on, I can. I hope to round off the top much more with some stairs. And because it's only wood up top, I am going to add a layer of cobblestone. For this lighting up top, I could use sea lanterns, but I just think glowstone will look better. This is it for the lighthouse for now. I do think I should have made the dome on the top bigger. I thought I was doing a good job while I was building it, but I feel like it's too small. There's a lot to do on the interior, and I want to work on the base some more, but honestly, I am done with working on this. I've been focused on the lighthouse iron farm for like 60 days now, so I want to move on to something else. I will come back and finish the inside and do something up top, but right now I need to do something else, like sitting AFK to make my gear feel better, and to get some more resources. It's day 768, I don't remember what day I left off on, and we have a lot of resources. There's nothing new on this side, that's just because the minecart isn't centered. I'm also level 100. This will be my first time flying into our base with the lighthouse built. It looks fantastic. This is so far everything I've collected from the monument. There's still 32 days left, so plenty of time to make more progress in this world. Most of my videos will be 100 days. This one and maybe the next episode in this series will be the only 200-day videos. I didn't plan to go a month without uploading in this series. There were just other videos that came up that I needed to focus on first. I uploaded 3 straight videos in this series, then had to get this video uploaded when I did because on Bedrock's official release was about a week before I started recording for this, so I wanted to get this out while it was still new. I then uploaded 600 days, and then I needed to get this video out really fast because the Minecraft movie was coming out, and I uploaded this video 1 day before the official release of the Minecraft movie. The video after this one was supposed to be 700 days, but Vibrant Visuals just released, so I had to get this one out as soon as possible. I haven't built in the Nether at all until now. I'm going to be building an ice highway. Doing this can save a lot of time for going to the snowy desert for when I need sand. It'll also save a lot of time when I go to the ocean monument and end. Step 1 is to get enough obsidian to make 3 nether portals. Efficiency 5 makes this so much easier. I'll now head to the guardian farm. I believe for every 8 blocks in the nether, that's 1 block in the overworld. So I could go in the nether and like calculate to make my nether portal come out like right here. The reason I'm not doing that is because I don't want the portal to be spawned down in a cave. So instead, I'm going to build the portal from here. Once I get the highway built, I'll go to each individual spot and actually make it look nice. Hopefully the portal isn't broken. When I go back in, I should come out from the one I went into. And I do. Perfect. I just dropped my flint and steel. I do need to take a picture of the coordinates just so I know where to link the highway up to. The next nether portal will be right in front of the end portal. And I'm so close to the ocean monument that the spawn is actually the same portal. So it looks like I won't be able to link up the end portal. That's not that bad as it's only a couple hundred blocks that way. The last portal I need to build will be one here at the snowy desert, which is also where I'll be collecting the ice for the highway. With that ready to go, I will be mining this ice right now. Since I've never built an ice highway before, I did have to do a little research, and I learned that the ice in the ice spikes biome is packed ice, which is the second fastest block of ice, and you can take 9 of these to make blue ice, which is even faster. I definitely won't need this much, but it's nice to know that there's plenty here. This doesn't take long at all as I'm able to insta-mine. I have a full shulker box, but I will be crafting them into blue ice. This does mean I'll need to collect a lot more, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Gas Sears 2 is about to become number 3 if I don't stop. I did get a nice amount of blue ice though. If that's not enough, I can always come back. Kicking off what needs to be done in the nether, I'll clear out some space. I wasn't even recording. I mean, you're going to see what happened because I can do like a little clip that. Yeah, I'm going to play and just run and hope that the fire doesn't kill me and hope that the piglin with the sword doesn't smack me. I don't know. Yeah, right in there. Oh, no. Yeah, just pick up my armor. No. Oh, and my elytra. No. And, oh, I slept at the snowy desert and then I broke the bed and came home. Now going 3 videos in this series without dying was too good to be true. I can see auto tower. The gear I have should be good enough to get my loot back. I also have this diamond sword and my spawn set just in case. I'm really worried about going up against my sword. I mean, okay, you know what? I got hit right there and didn't take any damage, really. Okay. Oh, all my loot is right here. That's nice. Oh, no one took my sword. That was generous of them. Thank you. Dang, my armor is pretty tough. I mean, my armor should be tough. It's all prot 4, and I believe some of it has thorns. I will leave the nether for now and regroup. I somehow left look up and boo in the nether. I found look up. Okay, there's boo. Perfect. Well, I can get back to clearing out this area. This room has been fully cleared out and I'll begin with the floor, which will be grass. I don't know what it is, but I really like the idea of having grass in here. With this now growing, it's time for the walls. These will mainly be deep slate tiles with some stripped crimson stems where I want entrances and exits to be. The ceiling will begin with upside down stairs going all around. Are you surprised we're back here again? They caught me off guard while I was building, and the reason I went forward is because I was trying to go down the stairway to give day 780 with the stairs in place. I follow through with slabs. Finally, it's time for the lighting, which will be done with sea lanterns. I think something like this with the stairs going around looks very nice. This is the base of the nether hub. On more open spots like this, I will be adding in windows. In fact, this is the only wall that can have windows. I'll also randomly break out some blocks and replace that with quartz and even gold ore. These are the last of my rockets, and I don't have any gunpowder, so day 781 will go to, well, the guests. I'm heading back to spawn to make another portal over there. I'm doing this because I break and place my beds a lot, and if I die again, I wouldn't want to have to run all the way back, so just in case, I'll have a fast way to get home. I think this is everything I'm gonna need for the highway. The first path will be broken off in this direction, and because I want this to be a 3x3 tunnel and not a 4x3 tunnel, I will shift over this direction just a bit. That way, it doesn't look super uneven from the entrance. I need to go 300 blocks straight this direction to hit the Guardian farm. Packed ice will be the floor and glass panes will be the railing. I'm doing glass panes because they can act as a wall while giving me some extra space when I'm on a boat. I'm fine with using sea lanterns as the lighting through these tunnels just because I have the Guardian farm. This is the first bit of lava that gets in the way, although it all came from just one single source. I am placing torches as this pathway goes because when I came back from the overworld, there were a bunch of hoglins already starting to spawn here. As far as what I'm going to do in a situation like this where it's very open, I will just make myself a tunnel out of netherrack until I hit a spot like this where I will have to dig again. This might seem a little dangerous, but with a running head start, I believe I can just run forward, and I know what I'm trying to do is possible. I just do this and then just go through. Oh, that looks very... Oh, it's because I have extra speed because of the ice. I don't have an ender pearl. Can I fly? The reason I said this might seem a little dangerous isn't because I thought I was going to die. It's just because, you know, I was running off into the lava. I did lose all of my blue ice. Are you kidding me? Those are mine. I lost my elytra. Oh, awesome. Oh, wow. Losing the elytra isn't like too huge. I planned for this to kind of happen like hundreds of days ago, so I got extra elytra after the skeleton shot me down. Okay, we're not talking about that. This is what I was trying to do. This may seem dangerous because there's all that lava down there and I'm just gonna run off. But on Bedrock Edition, if you get a running head start and hold down, you can do this and it will not end until your blocks run out. What I didn't account for is the fact that I was placing ice blocks and ice makes you slip. So I was running just a touch faster than what I'd usually be running, meaning that didn't actually work. And yeah, and I tried to fly. I launched multiple rockets. I heard the sound go off. I just couldn't fly out of the lava. I didn't have ender pearls. I didn't have a golden apple. Maybe I could have put my chest plate on and tried to swim out, but overall I lost maybe 10 stacks of glass panes and 10 stacks of blue ice. Where's gas tiers 2? I'm glad I noticed this now, otherwise I may have lost you. Gas tiers 2 is literally dead. I have 4 extra elytra. Getting mending and unbreaking 3 will be no issue at all. Right now I just don't have the XP to put it on the elytra. I need to sit AFK for 1, maybe 2 days. That way I can get enough XP to put these 2 books on my elytra, and I need to heal all my tools. I had a small little lunch break. Yeah, there's 11 days left, and the first thing I need to do is put mending and unbreaking 3 on this new set of elytra. With that done, I just need to heal them up a bit, and since there's no way I'm flying all the way back to do that, I will just trade with the villagers. I also lost 2 shulker boxes, which isn't too bad because I do have some more shells, and it's not like they have sentimental value like all I have. I'll be back in a couple days when I have a good amount of blue ice. I did not start one of these fights. I'm hoping 9 stacks of blue ice is enough. This is everything I'm bringing with me to the nether. As you can see, I'm much more equipped to survive the lava. Let's continue. I've made it to the Guardian farm. If I head back into this portal, I'll exit right here, and that leads me down this way where I take this ladder to get to the ice highway we have in the nether. And the reason it turns right there is because spawn is that direction. So whenever I want to go to spawn, I go down this path, go straight that way, and then it's going to have another turn going that direction to spawn, which I will build in a second. But first, I can't make a boat with this wood. Well, I guess I can't show how fast this is right now, but it goes all the way back this direction to our original portal, and it's pretty safe all around. There's no way any monsters are going to be able to spawn here, and I also blocked off the spots like this where monsters would be able to walk up, so the only mob that could get here is a ghast. And as far as ghasts go, as long as I'm on a boat, I'll be going so fast they won't even notice I'm there. I've officially ran out of blue ice and glass panes. The turnoff point is right there, and I actually made it pretty far. I get a couple hundred blocks this direction before I run out of the ice, and I ran out of the glass panes way earlier, which does make sense because I need 2 times as many panes as I do ice. Yeah, I no longer need to fly home from where I'm at now. I can just take the highway with this boat. Let's hurry up and get it down, and here we go. This is incredibly fast, and I believe this is the fastest you can possibly go in Minecraft. Now, unfortunately, that path does not make its way to the snowy desert, which is where I need to go to get more ice and more sand. There's only 3 days left before day 800. What I'm gonna do now is mine ice until my silk touch pickaxe is done for, or pretty much done for. Just over 4 stacks of blue ice. Now let's fill a shulker box with sand. The final day will be spent at the Guardian farm healing my tools. Building this highway is definitely going to be worth it. It's been like 4 minutes and I still can't get this thing to work. I know a lot of Guardian farms use like campfires. I may see if I'm able to switch to something like that, because for whatever reason, this trident killer is not efficient. You know what? I will worry about healing my gear in the next video because things are just not going well right now with that. This has been 800 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I did AFK for the first time in this series in this video. I probably went maybe 30 days, which 30 out of 200 really isn't that much. One thing I do want to check before I say goodbye is how much iron I got in the iron farm. I spent a lot of time around here building. I mean, I spent probably around 50 days in this area, so the fact that I don't even have a full chest is a little... It feels like forever ago when I built that. And I also got these 2 builds done, which are some of my favorite in this world.